Home by Phillip Phillips. I'm going to show you the chords and the basic finger picking pattern for this song. Most of the song is over the chords C and an F with a C in the bass. Later on there's an A minor. To place the C chord down, put your first finger on the first fret of the second string, put your second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and your third finger on the third fret of the fifth string. There's your C chord. To make the quick change to the F chord, you want to leave your first and the third fingers right where they're at. Take your second finger and place it on the second fret of the third string, and your fourth finger on the third fret of the fourth string. That's the F with the C in the bass. Then later on you're going to have to make a quick change to an A minor from this F chord. So you want to leave your first finger right where it's at, let the other fingers lift off, and place your second finger on the second fret of the fourth string and your third finger on the second fret of the third string. There's your A minor. Alright, so let's go back to that C chord. Now I'm going to show you how to start the finger picking pattern. Now, if you're a total beginner, or if you have no experience in finger picking, or if you just want to improve your skills in finger picking, on my website at www.edkihm.com I have a course called Techniques to Master the Guitar. Within that course you can actually start as a beginner. There's detailed instructions that will take you from the beginning steps, step by step, build up your finger picking technique, showing you how to place your fingers down, showing you the basic skills of how to move your fingers over the strings and how to get a good sound. There's basic patterns within the course, and this song is a basic pattern. It just moves really fast. So I'm going to show you this pattern, and I'm going to break it into two places. I'm going to start by showing you what I call the rule of thumb. And in this pattern, your thumb is mainly going to pick on strings 4, 5, and 6 all the time. Most of the time on strings 5 and 4. It'll alternate between the two. Your index finger will always pick the third string, and your middle finger will always pick the second string. So with the C chord down, the first half of the pattern starts by picking the fifth string with your thumb. Then you pick strings 4 and 2 with thumb and middle together. So pick the fifth string, then strings 4 and 2 with thumb and middle together. The second half of the pattern, you pick strings 5, 3, and 4 with thumb, index, thumb, like this. Thumb, index, thumb. So that's the second half of the pattern, strings 5, 3, 4, thumb, index, thumb. I'm going to put the pattern all together and I'm going to play it twice, and that makes one measure, and it sounds like this. I'll play it slow. Okay, then it changes to the F chord, so change to the F chord, and then you have the same pattern with the F chord. Back to the C chord. Back to the F chord. Now that's what it does for the intro and most of the verse. Later on it changes to an A minor from the F chord. When you change to the A minor, it's the same pattern. Then it goes back to the F chord, to the C, to the F, and then it gets to the part where he says, "No, you're not alone," and there's a descending bass line. You'll hear a bass line move down. It's a very quick set of chord changes. But you want to just focus on the bass line. Here's where the bass line moves from the 5th to the 6th strings. Starting on the 5th string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, that'll be a C chord. Second finger goes to the 2nd fret of the 5th string. You're always going to be picking with the thumb here. Then the 5th string open, and then it goes down to the 3rd fret on the 6th string for the G chord. So that walks down like this. But while you're playing that, there's some changes that take place in the upper half of the strings. For the C chord, you're going to pick with the thumb on the 5th string and the index finger on the 3rd string. Thumb, index, like that. The C with the B in the bass, your second finger moves to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your first finger goes to the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then you pick with thumb on the 5th string, middle finger on the 2nd string. Then for the A minor, you just lift your second finger off, leave your first finger where it's at, pick strings 5 and 2 again with thumb and middle. And then for the G chord, your third finger you place on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Pick string 6 with the thumb, 3rd string with the index finger. Alright, so that whole line will sound like this. And then it goes to the A minor chord, regular pattern. 3 times, 3 measures there. And then it goes to the next descending bass line. You want to keep your first finger right where it is because it's an F chord. So for this part, you really only need to put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then you're going to pick the 4th string with your thumb, and the 2nd string with the middle finger, and then the bass line descends, so you're going to put your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and again pick thumb and middle on strings 4 and 2. Then it goes to a G chord, so your 3rd finger is going to go to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. You can let go of the 1st and 2nd fingers, and you pick thumb and index 6, 3, 6, 3, like that. So in this particular measure, it goes like this. Okay, so I'm going to play that whole little section for you there where it says, "No, you're not alone, make this place your home." I'm going to play it real slow so you'll see the changes and hear how it sounds. Now, if you want more help with that, you can always take some webcam lessons. Just send me an email, edkihm@edkihm.com, and I can give you more information about that, or we can set up a free consultation and some lessons. Later on in the song, there's some strumming. It's all the same chords, and if you're finger picking, you can always use your index finger. It's a basic strumming pattern. It goes... Now for basic strumming patterns, there's a course on my site called the Complete Basic Rhythm Course. That's also available through a subscription. And this is a basic strumming pattern that you could do with a pick, or you can just use your index finger in place of a pick. The Complete Basic Rhythm Course takes you through a lot of different rhythm techniques using the right hand with rests and ties and things like that. And this is a very basic rhythm. Again, this song just moves really fast, but the best thing to do is put it together slow. Don't try to just do it fast, just work it out slow and get the basic pattern down and then gradually speed up.